What if you could feed your family for 3 whole months this winter with what you have on your shelves today? Let's talk about how you can build a 3-month winter pantry that is affordable, practical, and delicious. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we are all about pantry preparedness. And believe it or not, regardless of the temperature where you are today, winter, she's a-comin'. We're going to break this down into 7 easy steps. I say they're easy. I think they're easy. Let me know. First, we're going to start with a plan, because without a plan, you're just guessing, and that doesn't help anybody. You want to set a clear timetable. You know winter's coming. You have X amount of time before that hits, okay, wherever you are. So you want to set a timetable. 3 months, roughly 90 days is the goal that we're looking to fill. Calculate your needs. This one can be a little tricky. Multiply your meals per day times the number of people in your household times 90. What? I know. The meals per day, multiply the meals per day times the number of people in your household times 90, because that's how much food you're going to need to prepare for. Set a budget. And that number is going to blow your mind, but it's actually not terribly expensive if you do it right. So set yourself a budget. Even $10 or $20 a week adds up really quick if it's spent strategically. And that's the important part. We're going to set that plan so that you can be strategic about it. And because we want you to eat the things that you enjoy eating. If you eat it today, that's what we want you to eat during the 90 days too. So that's the goal. You want to focus on winter challenges. That's another one, because you may be sweating right now, okay, but come winter, you're not going to be, most likely. So you want to concentrate on the issues that could arise during that time frame. It could be power outages. It could be icy roads. Rising food costs are pretty much a guarantee, and limited fresh produce. That's pretty much a given if you're eating completely from your pantry, that fresh produce is not going to be a thing, but there are ways around it. It doesn't have to be fresh to be healthy. Number 2, we're going to build around core categories. You're not going to go all willy-nilly and just buy rice and beans. No, especially if you don't eat them. Shelf-stable basics as far as carbs go, okay, are rice, oats, pasta, potatoes. Those can be instant or dehydrated, and flour. Those are your basic core staples for carbs. Then there's the proteins. Canned chicken, tuna, salmon, Spam, dried or canned beans. Yes, they're still in there if your household uses them, okay? Shelf-stable tofu, again, if your household uses it. Freeze-dried meats, if the budget allows and you have it in your pantry. It's a great thing to have. Now we're going to look at our fats. Your cooking oils, your peanut butter, butter powder, okay? And shortening, shelf-stable shortening like Crisco, or if you make your own lard or, render tallow, any of those will work. Bacon grease is a fat. Isn't bacon one of the major food groups? I think so. Then there's your vegetables, because you have to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up and be healthy, okay? Canned mixed vegetables, great thing. Tomatoes, green beans, corn, dehydrated or freeze-dried vegetables are fantastic, especially the mixed ones, right? So you want to make sure that that's on there too. What of those do you eat? You're making a list of all of these things. Then there's fruits, canned peaches, applesauce, raisins, dried cranberries, frozen fruit, if freezer space is available and an extended power outage is not a concern. Frozen fruit is very cost effective. It really is. It's great. And you get that really nice variety too. So frozen fruit. Flavor and comfort is also another core category. Bouillon, spices, sauces, cocoa tea, and my life's blood, coffee. Okay, that falls under flavor and comfort. And then there's baking essentials. Your sugar, your salt, your yeast, your baking powder, and powdered milk, because you're not going to do a milk and bread run. Number 3, We're going to prioritize budget-friendly shopping because it can be done even today. Shop the sales cycles. They happen every 6 to 8 weeks. We've got plenty of time still. So canned goods and baking supplies are cheapest in the fall and early winter. So push those back on your list a little bit, okay? Buy in bulk whenever it makes sense. For it to make sense, it needs to be an amount that you actually will consume, that you can break down, and that the unit cost is less than buying it in smaller portions. And that's something that you're going to have to, sit down and do some mathing on. I know. Dollar stores and discount grocers. If you have those around, they're great for canned vegetable, pasta, and spices. But sometimes, especially the vegetables, you can get it cheaper at like Walmart. So pay attention to those because it doesn't have to be $1.25. You know what I mean? However, saying dollar stores, if you have Dollar General around, their prices are normally pretty good. So you want to watch for those. Always, they've already got your phone number. Don't worry about it. Loyalty apps and rebate apps, use those. Ibotta, Fetch, do everything you can to stretch your dollars, okay? And then store brands, because most of the time they're made from the same company and they're the same product instead of name brands. So that's making it budget friendly. Number 4, you want to layer in freezer and home preserved foods when you can, if you can. Batch cook soups, chilies, and stews, and then freeze them in family-sized portions. If you're a home canner, then you can can them if they are approved recipes, right? Freeze your root vegetables, like your carrots, your onions, your celeries. Those are in like every single soup and stew base, every single one. And so you can mix those all together and freeze them. And then you've got them whenever you want them, and they're good still. Can or dehydrate your garden produce. Now is the season. It's all coming in hard and fast, right? And then use what you already have and rotate freezer meats into planned meals. So you have to know what you have, okay? And then rotate freezer meats into planned meals. Number 5 is to build a meal framework pantry. She's doing it again. A meal framework pantry. I can't even say it. Instead of random cans, right? Stock for meals you already eat. So look at 90 days. You know what meals you already eat. And if tuna noodle casserole is one of those things, okay, and you want to eat that once every 2 weeks, then you know how much you have to buy of each one of those things to get through 90 days. So you're building that framework for the meals that you already enjoy so that you can make sure that you have the quantity and the ingredients that you need in your pantry. Super simple. Chili nights, okay? Canned tomatoes, beans, chili seasoning, meat, whether it's freezer meat, whether it's canned meat, whether it's freeze-dried meat, whatever the case may be. Soup nights, broth, mixed vegetables, pasta, and rice. You don't even need a meat. I mean, it's nice, but you don't need it. Quick dinners, because we're all busy. I get it. Pasta plus canned chicken, otherwise known as ugly chicken, and some jarred Alfredo sauce or tomato sauce. Yeah, that's the fastest dinner you'll ever have. I love it. And we throw in either canned spinach or freeze-dried broccoli, and you've got broccoli Alfredo, with chicken. And it's just, yeah, super simple, easy, fast, super fast. Breakfasts, oatmeal is your friend. Seriously. Oatmeal, dried fruit, powdered milk, poof, you have breakfast. And you can switch it up so it's different every day. Snacks and treats, because, we deserve snacks and treats, right? Popcorn is phenomenal, and you can do so much stuff with it. Grab some nutritional yeast, it tastes like cheese. Grab some cheese powder, it tastes like cheese. Grab some maple bacon seasoning, and it tastes like maple bacon popcorn. It's crazy good, okay? But popcorn, cocoa mix, crackers, simple crackers. For me, a snack back in the day was crackers with some butter on it. Real butter, saltine crackers. Now my mouth is watering. Having ready meal combos is such a big deal, and it reduces waste so much and makes stressful nights much, much easier. If you're literally going in and grabbing a jar of ugly chicken, a jar of Alfredo sauce, a can of spinach, and some pasta, and poof, within 20 minutes you have dinner. It doesn't get much easier than that. Most of the time, drive-through takes longer than that. Now you want to look at storage and organization, because 90 days worth of meals is going to take up just a tiny bit of space. Not as much as you think, but it's still going to take up space. Always take a look at the pantry space that you've got today. And remember to do the first in, first out system, which is what you buy first is what you eat first. So what was there when you started is what you eat first. And then everything you bring in afterwards, you eat as it goes. First in, first out. Make sure you're rotating your food. Otherwise, you're wasting it. You might as well light your dollar bills on fire. You want to label it with the date purchased, because, as I discussed the other day, the best by and use by dates are not really all that important. Keep like items together, because the hunt and search when you're in a hurry is really irritating. So soups in one area, proteins in another area, pasta in another area. You know what I mean? Kind of make it like your own little grocery store. You want to make sure that you're keeping it cool, dark, and dry. Protect it from cold and damp. Use shelves, bins, or Mylar for bulk dry goods, because that'll make all the difference. There's no sense in buying it if it's going to go bad before you actually get to eat it. Protecting your food is just as important as stocking it. Last but not least, number 7, stretch your pantry with smart additions. Once you have that base there, you are set and golden, okay? DIY mixes like pancake mix, biscuit mix, spice blends, right? So much less expensive. I don't care what kind of pancake mix you're buying. It is not going to last you 25 years. It has a relatively short shelf life unless you make it yourself. I actually have a recipe for that. And rice and pasta sides, right? Simplest of side dishes. Turn full meals with canned vegetables and meats and veggies. I mean, poof, it's fantastic. Pasta, meat, veggies. Throw some gravy on it. Throw some sauce on it. Beautiful. Soup starters. Because soup in the winter is just a beautiful thing. Bouillon, tomato paste, dehydrated vegetables are just that little extra that makes it that much better. And then don't forget your comfort foods. We're going to repeat those. Your cocoa, your tea, your shelf-stable milk. Shelf-stable is important. And winter is long because morale matters. And for anybody in the north like I am, you get to about February and the magic really isn't there anymore. And so you're looking for some comfort, you know, and your pantry can give you just a teeny tiny bit of that. So we're going to kick it off fast and furious here for you. Something to do this weekend, okay? Start with $20 this week. $20, that's all you need. Buy 10 cans of vegetables, 5 pounds of rice, 5 pounds of oats, and some peanut butter. $20. And then next week, focus on the proteins. Small, consistent steps builds a winter-ready pantry in 2 to 3 months. It takes no time without overwhelming your budget or your brain. So take that $20 and go see what you can get with it out of things that you already eat. If you don't eat the things that I have mentioned here, then figure out what it is that you do eat that you can tuck into those spaces. It still always comes down to the core categories in your pantry. Those are really important for you to know and for you to understand how you use them. So you've got your shelf-stable basics, your proteins, your fats, your vegetables, your fruits, your flavor and your comfort, and then your baking essentials. With those and just the core ingredients in those, you can make some amazing meals for an entire 90 days through the coldest part of winter. What is your favorite cold weather food? Throw it in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out how to make your own Bisquick type mix, check out this video right here. Super simple. It'll save you tons of money. Until next time, everybody, be safe. Keep stacking it to the rafters, my friends.